Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar and Spirits channel. And today I'm out front with a special cigar. This is from the Sushi collection from the Privada Club from 0723. So yes, this has been in my humidor for 2 years. This is the Ebi Nigiri. Now this cigar basically is a Nicaraguan Puro. It's 5.5 by 52, a soft box press cigar. Now, let's get into this. First and foremost, on the cold draw, you're going to get a nice, sweet, rum raisin flavor coming off of it. Off the body, you're going to get a slight cedar with earth tones. Now off of the foot, you're definitely going to get heavy cedar and heavy earth. And like I said, this cigar was aged by them and it was aged by me. That being said, I also decided to pair this with the Jaws wine. Yep, that's right, you heard me, Jaws wine. I'm pairing this to begin Shark Week, and also because, like I said before, I got a fight with my wife, so I had to basically trick her. I had to buy extra wine to complete my videos without me having to fight for my wine. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the first third, and I'll let you know how it's going, and I'll let you know how the wine is going. Okay, everyone, this is the Jaws Amity White wine. Now, I decided to pair it with this particular cigar because the flavor profile on the cigar is very light, which is holding true. Now, as far as this wine goes, it's living true also. It's a very bright lemon and lime citrus burst that you get, which is followed up on the palate with a soft mango and I believe like pineapple that kicks in. Now, as far as pairing it with this cigar, it was on the whim. I was just sitting back looking for something to pair with the cigar, and I was out shopping, and I actually heard a commercial for Shark Week. And lo and behold, I walked into my favorite winery, and here it is sitting in front of me. So I kind of think they were meant to be together. Now, so far, I can honestly say I'm going to give these two a strong 8. Because one, I'm not a big wine drinker, mainly because when I buy it, I get deboed by my wife and she takes it. So basically, any form of wine I get, even that I want to try with cigars, if I'm not paying attention, she's going to take it. But this one, I'm kind of lucky and smart about it. I actually bought extra, and I didn't tell her I had this particular wine. But that being said, like I said, both of them right now are at 8. I'm going to let you know how it's going at the halfway point with these two, and I'll see you then. Okay, everyone, we're done with the first third, and as you can see, the burn is relatively sharp. Now, let's get into the flavor. And more importantly, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, this is a Maduro wrapper, and like I said, the filler and everything is Nicaraguan, so this is a Puro. Now, on top of this, the one thing that is standing out about this cigar through the first third is the aromatics. I mean, the smoke coming off of the cigar itself. It has, believe it or not, that dark chocolate smell coming off of it with a nice, just a nice balanced sweetness that your nose just slightly picks up. It's not overbearing, but it is a very nice smelling cigar. Now, as far as on the palate, extremely smooth. You could tell this is aged tobacco. So basically you're going to get, it's a very soft kiwi kick to it. And it's like I said, that chocolate. It's a little bit bitter sometimes on the palate. But that's also why I paired it with the wine itself. That being said, the cigar has a very, very tight, snug draw. It's still open, but as far as using it as a straw, as I like to say, no, you're not going to pull that off. But it is still open. Now, far as the looks, as you can see, it's kind of a rough-looking cigar, but it is flavorful. It's not super strong. It's a very nice, mellow, and I do mean mellow, taste coming off of this. So if you try to pair this with something heavy, like a heavy bourbon, whiskey, scotch, anything like that, you may overpower the flavor. I just happened to luck up, and like I said, I saw this Jaws Amity White wine, so I went for it. And I'll give you a little bit more on that through the pairing. All right, folks, see you then. Okay, folks, we've made it to the halfway point. And right now, I can honestly say there has been a flavor profile change. There's a sweetness that's lingering on the palate, and they're calling it cotton candy. Well, I'm saying it's quite enjoyable because also with this little sweetness is a little tingle of spice. I don't know what it is, but it's just underneath the sweetness. Like you'll get the sweetness, and at the very end, you'll start to get a little spice coming off of this. As you can see, the burn is still relatively sharp, and it's opened up a little bit more. Still can't use it as a straw, but it has opened up a little bit more, which I'll take on the fact that the cigar has gotten smaller and the cherry's closer. So that being said, there's also a very, like I said, a very pleasant aroma coming off of this. It's that dark chocolate, and now it's even slightly on the retro hell. It's just not heavy, it's just there. This is something you could definitely give to a newbie who's getting into cigars. Now, as far as the person getting a lot of the flavor off of this, probably not, because, like I'm saying, it is very light. But it is enjoyable, it is noticeable, and this is a cigar you could definitely, let's say if you wanted to enjoy it before a meal, you could. The flavor ain't gonna throw off your taste buds and you're trying to struggle to taste your food. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead, get to the final third, and I'm gonna also give my final rating with this, with the Jaws Amity White wine. All right, folks. Okay, everyone, this is going to be the last video for this. And right now, I'm thoroughly convinced at the halfway point that I'm going to give these to an 8.5. The wine right now wants to be the star of the show. It picks up and it helps you taste the subtle nuances in the cigar. And it really, really go ahead and let you enjoy the lemon and lime citrus blast. I mean, on every sip, it's like the very first sip. You're going to get a blast, and then it just nicely mellows out and let you enjoy that soft pineapple and mango. This right here was a spur-of-the-moment purchase, but it is not being regretted. I am thoroughly happy with the purchase of this wine. And knowing my wife, she's going to love this, so I'm going to probably end up having to buy her a couple of more bottles to share with her friends. But if you got the Ebi Nigiri cigar, this wine is the cigar. This wine is the perfect wine for the cigar. They're both light and refreshing, and they both complement each other, so you're not stuck with one overpowering the other. They are both, like I said, they are both worth it. All right, folks, that's going to be it. And like I said, I'm going to give them an 8.5. And if I had to give this wine its solo ranking, it's an 8. That being said, I'll see you with the next wine and cigar video I do. All right. Okay, everyone, we are now down to the final third. As you can see, the burn is that kiddie roller coaster. It's slightly off, but it is burning great. As far as the flavor profile, it has intensified, but that's only because the cherry is basically right here. Now, that being said, this is a perfect cigar if you have it. If you don't like real light and mild cigars, this is a perfect cigar to share with a friend to bring them into the cigar world. It has flavor, but everything is light and nothing is overbearing. Now, the retro hell still remains the same. You're getting that chocolate, and you're getting also on the palate, I hate to backtrack, still this light kiwi sweetness and the cotton candy. Now, as far as this cigar overall, I would give this cigar a 7.5. These two together, I'm giving it a solid 8.5. That being said, I'm going to see you on the next cigar. And you know what I'd love to say, so I'm going to say it again. If you have a bunch of cigars, smoke them. If you have way more than a bunch of cigars like people like me, share them and make more cigar heads. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see y'all on the next cigar.
With confusion, I wonder what Confucius say. Pardon my silent ways. What a stressful day. Life is marked with confusion. I wonder what Confucius say. Pardon my silent ways. I'm just wondering. I need a moment of silence for that moment of violence. Bloodstained streets, graffiti red peace above the conflict. Police on the scene, but the body bled dreams. I wonder how he feels on the other side, looking at himself on the sidewalk. The pearly gates is a short walk away from the corner store. That's what I heard one day. But today he was on his way to some Swedish fish, and another cashier from the corner wanted him to pay for his bad business. He toyed with his existence, and my brother paid God a visit, and I wonder why he never came to visit. Life is marked with confusion.